Another thing, let's look back at how regulators began approaching this. So initially, when we had the possibility to issue securities um, on a chain or on a blockchain and enable global accessibility, and if you were to go to a regulator and ask them, hey, how would I go about issuing this, the approach was, we are technology agnostic. What we are going to look at is the substance over form. And they said, okay, we have the existing securities regulations. Now you are going to issue these securities. We don't really care whether it's a paper format, analog or electronic or digital. Follow the securities regulations, which was what the approach has been. Now, the issue with that approach is that digital securities transcends some of the processes involved. It eliminates certain intermediaries. As a market professional, I would like to consider some of these service providers as parasites, because they live off the front-end traders who are there to make money out of money. They eat off the investors' return for providing a service which more often than not necessarily adds that extra bit of value. It probably provides that little bit of certainty or assurance on the settlement cycle or so forth, but it doesn't really enhance the life of an investor's experience. So that's why I like to consider themselves as some of these service providers or these intermediaries who exist in the conventional securities world as parasites, because for obvious reasons they eat off our lunch. Now, the ability of digital securities to eliminate some of these intermediaries is key. But remember, this is an ecosystem that was built over 100 years, 150 years, or 50 years. And these are existing entrenched incumbents within this ecosystem. So their ability to lobby with the regulator to say why you should not allow this technology, or you should not allow it so fast that it makes us irrelevant, our services irrelevant to moving forward, may also be a contributing factor. So that's probably where all the fear mongering comes from, all this skepticism comes from. But I think in the end, the consumer would be the beneficiary, because moment you have these two forces debating out what's best and what's not, if the technology is so good that it eliminates intermediaries yet is able to achieve the core objectives of the regulations, who benefits? The investors.